Hey everyone, what's up? It's D from Bourbon, Brews, and Barbecue, and today we're going to be doing something super easy, perfect to do if you can't get out to your smoker for whatever reason. Maybe it's just too ungodly hot or it's too cold and you want to do something inside. It's not barbecue per se, but you know what? It's pretty close. So we're going to do a pulled chicken in a crock pot, as I like to do. One of my favorite things to do on a hot day, cold day. Mostly cold days, though. Nothing like a little hearty chicken breast in the crock pot. There's so many different ways to do it, so here's the way I do it. We're going to make this nice and easy. We're going to start off with some pepper. We're just going to get that piece of chicken in there. This is chicken breast. I prefer chicken breast of all the different types of chicken out there. So as you saw, we're going to go pepper. We're going to go salt on top. And then from there, we're going to move on to the rest of our seasonings. I like to start off with some chili powder. Gives it a tad bit of a kick there. So we'll get that on there. Not too much. You don't want to overdo it per se because you're going to add some more to it. Spread that around on there with a fork. From there, you're going to add pretty much anything you want. I love to use this roasted garlic and herb. It's perfect on any type of chicken, but especially in a crock pot chicken. And you're just going to toss some of that on there. It really has some of the best chicken flavor. You can get this at any local store that sells a Stone Mill products. That's who makes that stuff. And then you're going to put some chicken broth here, just a small little layer so that we don't burn the bottom of that. I'm going to run this for 4 hours on high. I was home when I did this cook. Obviously, if you're going to be away most of the day for work or whatever, 8 hours on low is great. It's the one best thing about crock pots, isn't it? You can just put the meat in there. You can put it on low for 8 or 9 hours, however long you're going to be away, and you're good to go. I like to do crock pots when I'm home as well. You do something for 4 hours. If you're lucky enough to work from home, it's great to toss it in there around noon or 1 o'clock, depending on what time your day gets done. 4 hours later, your day ends and you're ready to eat dinner, and that's perfect. So she's in there, she's cooking. This was a 4-hour cook in the crock pot. And so 4 hours comes to an end, and folks, I'm telling you right now, it really doesn't get much easier than this. Again, this is something that you can just so simply do. You put your meat in there, you season it, you let it cook, you bring it out, and it's just going to be, perfection. So you're going to get that lid off. Obviously, you're going to have the juice left over. You're going to have some of this fat hanging around on the side of it. Take 2 forks, as you can see here. This is how I do it. I don't have meat, the meat hook things or the meat grapplers. I don't know what you would call them, that you can buy them to pull meat apart. But I just use 2 forks and we start pulling away. And the best thing about this is a pretty large size chicken breast that I used. So this can really feed, a large chicken breast. I think this was an 8-ounce chicken breast, 7-8 ounces. You can feed 3 or 4 people with this. We always have leftovers in my house. It's just me and my wife, so we always have leftovers of this, which is fantastic, which is great for lunch the next day, reheat for another day, for dinner another time. So you're going to go ahead and pull this apart. You're going to do your best to try to pull it as much as you can. Soak it up in the juice as well, because obviously some of it may have dried out. You may have to add a little bit more seasonings. You may have to add some more chicken broth. I end up doing that here. As you see, I toss some more chicken broth in there. Even by pulling the meat apart and then kind of getting it in the juice that was in there from the cook, it still was a little dry. So I added some chicken broth back in there. And then we're just going to kind of move this around in here again, get that all soaked up, and it'll really help moisten all of that chicken in there. Sometimes when you give it a little taste, you may have to add some seasoning as well. In this situation, I did. I decided to go back and hit it with both the garlic and herb, as you'll see here. And then in a moment, you're going to see that I also hit it with some more chili powder as well. So sometimes after 4 hours of cooking, the meat's cooked through, the seasonings have stayed on top of the meat itself. But sometimes when you pull it apart, you really need to get it in that pulled material there. So as you can see, there's the chili powder. I think I may have hit it a little too much on that, but in my opinion, there's never too much spice on anything really, but I know some people will disagree. So get that in there, move it around, get it mixed in nicely, and then you're good to go. And folks, I can't say enough how easy this is in terms of time and convenience, as well as just the ease of the cook itself. So we love to do pulled chicken tacos. The best thing is to get these little street taco shells. They're small, and for someone like me who's a calorie counter, they're pretty low on calories as well. I think these ones that I have here are like 90 calories each or something like that, so they're a little bit better for you than those larger size fajita or typical size taco shells. So just as an example, take it on out, get her all wrapped up, and there you go. It's nice and easy. Add some lettuce on top there. I always like to do kind of like all the fixings you would for normal tacos, you know, lettuce, cheese. You could put some salsa on there. You really can't go wrong, and there you go. It's just absolutely amazing. So a little bit of a cheers there for y'all. And again, folks, super simple, super easy, and it's something you can do year-round. Winter, spring, summer, fall, doesn't matter. If you don't want to get out to your smoker, you can do it right here. So that's going to do it for this cook. Appreciate you all tuning in, and as I say in all of our other videos, we've got a new channel here, and we're hoping you join us for the ride. So we will see you down the line. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you soon, hopefully.